excited about this morning. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the afternoon. Let me tell you why. It's because this is something I believe in. I believe very strongly in this because I've seen the results and I see what happens. This is about you today. We're going to focus on two different areas, and I'll move around throughout the room, but this is about you as individuals. This is an opportunity for, first of all, to you to put on your individual hats and take off your management hats. So this is looking at yourselves as what really engages me. Where's that passion? Where's that love? The next part of that is geared towards me as a manager. I as a manager, or I as somebody who works with other individuals, it doesn't mean I have to specifically have a supervisor in my title, but as I work with other people, what engages other people and how does that work? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to put you to work right now, and this is an exercise. First of all, this is a name that program exercise, okay? Name that application. Let's see how you do. So, first application is this. Let me show you this and see, as you look at it, you tell me what application this is or what program this is, okay? What is it? I'm hearing Excel. Okay, Excel. It's a spreadsheet. Let me give you the next one. Name that program. Any ideas? Do we have any technical folks in here? We don't know. This is somehow they code. This is back-end development, right? Let me give you another one. What does this look like? Word? Okay. Let me give you another one. What does this look like? Outlook. Do you use Outlook? This is actually, all four of these are actually Facebook applications. Now what's happened is there are people who have developed interfaces that look like these applications so that when your boss comes around, it looks like you're working when you're on Facebook. Did I just do something bad and now you're all Googling, how do I find this application? Looks like Facebook. These are all Facebook applications, and they also have these for Reddit. Reddit, some of you are familiar with. Reddit allows you to pull down information that's pertinent to you. Now, why in the world would these be developed? Why do you think? I don't have to work while I'm actually at work, right? But is this something that people would use? Yeah, this is really taken off. This is really sold. So one of the first things I want to talk about is why in the world would people do something like this? What's this all about? For some reason, these apps have been developed. What is that all about? We wrote a book. The book is in front of you. And let me tell you, I'm not an author by nature. I never set out to write a book. The reason why we wrote the book Magic was because I got so mad at a statement that I saw in a newspaper. And the statement was this, and this is actually taken from various, I saw this many times. The statement is this: less than 15% of employees across the globe are engaged in their work, okay? Less than 15%. The vast majority of employees are psychologically absent from their workplace and are unlikely to be making a positive contribution. Now, I've seen this number perpetuated time after time after time. Whenever you read an article about engagement, it usually starts off with a very scary statistic like this. The latest statistic that was also released by this organization said 7 out of 8 of your employees are disengaged in their jobs. That means 7 out of 8 of you in this room are disengaged in what you do. Okay? So, do you believe this? I see some head shaking. Now, if we were to take 7 out of 8 of you, what that would mean is that the last 3 sections of tables, that is the only group in this room that are engaged in their jobs. The other 7 out of 8 of you are disengaged in what you do. I have a hard time believing that as I walk down the hall, or if I'm walking through a hospital, or if I'm walking through an administrative office at St. Luke's, that every 7 people I pass, I'm going to have to get to number 8 before I find somebody that's engaged. I have a hard time believing that. In fact, I'll show you some statistics that refute that in just a minute. I was so mad when I saw this, I said, we need to figure this out. Is this really true that 7 out of 8 people are disengaged in what they do? As a psychologist, I couldn't believe this. And let me tell you the reason why. It's because I believe people are typically naturally engaged in what. Now, what does this have to do with engagement? Well, I want to dispel a myth. Remember I showed you a statistic that said 15% of your organization is engaged. That means out of every 8 people that I see as I'm walking down the hall, 7 of these people are going to be disengaged in their jobs. That goes against basic human nature. And I want to point this out, that we all have a desire to do better or do great work more than just an idea that's referred to in psychology as satisficing. Okay, there's an idea in industrial psychology that says that individuals don't satisfice. Now, the idea of satisficing says I get by with the bare minimum. Sometimes as managers, we think that people around us are going to get by with as little as possible. But the reality is, as this game also points out, is that most of us, the vast majority of us, don't want to be just the average person that's out there. Most of us want to engage and do good things and get excited about what we do. So if we come into this with the idea that most of my people I have to force to be engaged, that goes against basic human reality. As we started looking at the numbers, we realized that we're not even close when we say 7 out of 8 people are disengaged in their jobs. And I'll show you those numbers here in just a moment. So I'm going to go off of 2 premises. The first one is that everyone wants to be engaged, but sometimes we just don't know how to engage. The second piece I want to address is that most of us want to be engaged, but the environment plays a key role in whether or not we are engaged, and that's what we're going to discuss today, that environment, our own environment as well as the environment we create.